I've heard two main lines from the other side. The first is a line that Alina said, we have a handbook for how to deal with all of this. No, we don't. Because the kind of automation the technologists are talking up in Silicon Valley is going to be profoundly different from what we've seen before. It's not just one particular kind of routinized activity being substituted by robots, and there's all kinds of other routinized activities that can still be done by humans. It is intelligent machines learning to adapt on the fly to all kinds of different tasks. And that puts us into a completely new situation, and no, we don't have the handbook to deal with that. And the other argument that I keep hearing over and over again from the other side is, this time isn't any different from the past. Let's assume that that's true for the moment, and think of all of the deep political upheaval that we've seen over the last 200 years as we've had moments of automation. Think of the Luddites. Think of the deep economic crisis of the late 1920s and the horrible wars that led to. I don't think that this time isn't going to be different. I think it might well be different. But even if they're right that it's going to be just the same, we will be in for a world of hurt and for a world of chaos, and in a very different changed world, in which China is stronger, in which authoritarian regimes are stronger, in which already our political systems are less functional. We just cannot assume that we're going to be able to deal with that in a rational way.
Andrew Keen.
So, our friends on the other side keep on using this word profoundly. According to Yascha, we're living in profoundly different times. Ian says it's profoundly troubling times. I think they're profoundly wrong. The reality is that, well, let me make 2 points. Firstly, Ian's point that we're living in profoundly troubling times, he kept on mentioning China, and he kept on mentioning the collapse of democracy around the world in Turkey and Poland and Hungary and Russia. And he's absolutely right about that. I might even use profoundly troubling in those senses. It's got nothing to do with automation. I haven't seen a lot of AI in Putin's Russia unless he's using it to undermine our system, using it with bots. I haven't seen a lot of automation in Poland or Hungary or Turkey. So the problem with the crisis of democracy in the early part of the 21st century is an atavistic longing for community, a fetishization of territory and blood, which has absolutely nothing to do with AI, nothing at all. And the China thing is a distraction as well, because China isn't a democracy. So whether or not China does well as a non-democracy has nothing to do with this issue of automation crashing democracy.